Today is a holiday, so the cafe is closed, and we are going to a park to have a picnic and play cricket.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong there?
अब मैं नहीं रह सकती तुम लोगों के साथ तुम लोगों को परेशान हूँ दोनों से दोनों ही एकदम मेरे से भी
I'm not gonna live with someone yelling at me all the time just because they're not getting what they want. I'm hitting a breaking point here.
Last episode left us on edge with Jenny reaching her breaking point. Living in Sumit's mom's house hasn't been easy. Every day is a new test of patience. Imagine trying to enjoy a quiet evening and suddenly the lights flicker out for the third time. The shower barely works, and finding a corner of the house where Jenny can feel even a tiny bit of privacy is nearly impossible. You can feel the frustration radiating off her every time she has to hide a drink or tiptoe around rules that make no sense to her. Marital life has taken a hit too. When they had their own space, intimacy wasn't a problem. Now, between the lack of space, constant oversight, and living like teenagers sneaking around just to have a drink, Jenny and Sumit are struggling to stay connected. Add in the cultural clash, the constant reminders that Jenny is too American and that she needs to respect the family hierarchy, and it's clear that every small interaction feels loaded. You can't help but wonder how long anyone could keep their cool under these conditions. But today isn't just another day of tension and passive-aggressive looks. The family has decided to step out, take a break from the house, and head to the park for a picnic and a game of cricket. In theory, it sounds like a fun idea, right? Fresh air, a little sunshine, maybe even some laughs. Jenny even tries to muster some enthusiasm, though you can tell she's skeptical. Cricket isn't really her thing, and she's been through enough chaos at home to be cautious. Even the lead-up is stressful. Packing for the outing feels like a negotiation. Jenny has to make sure she doesn't cross any of her mother-in-law's invisible rules, while Sumit is trying to keep the peace and sneak in a little fun for everyone. You can see the tension written on their faces. And of course, no family outing is complete without the subtle reminders that nothing is ever going smoothly, someone will get annoyed, someone will get left out, and someone will almost certainly test Jenny's patience further. The small annoyances, the lights, the cramped space, the constant pressure to behave perfectly aren't magically going away just because they're outside. And yet there's this flicker of hope. Maybe some time away from the house, a few laughs, and a light-hearted game could ease the simmering tension. Jenny's not holding her breath. And honestly, neither are we. You think this outing will calm things down? Wait till you see the chaos unfold. Jenny's patience has been stretched to the breaking point, and you can feel it in every move she makes. Living under Sumit's mom's roof has been more than just inconvenient. It's been controlling in ways that slowly chip away at her sense of self. Every minor comment from his mother, every rule about where she can sit, what she can drink, and how she's supposed to behave piles up like invisible bricks pressing down on her. It's infantilizing. And Jenny is not someone who wants to be treated like a teenager sneaking around just to exist in her own life. The tension bleeds into her marriage. Intimacy, once a comfortable part of their relationship, now feels distant. Nights are quiet, but not in a peaceful way. They're quiet because everyone is tiptoeing around unspoken rules, measuring their words, and avoiding the next spark that could ignite another argument. Jenny longs for the freedom to just be herself, to have a normal conversation with Sumit without worrying about triggering his mother. And that longing is building into a quiet storm that you can almost hear crackling in the background. Sumit is caught in the middle, torn between two people he loves. On one hand, he wants to defend Jenny, to give her the space she deserves. On the other hand, he has spent his life learning to respect his mother's authority. Speaking up could lead to an all-out confrontation, and that scares him. Every move he makes has weight. One wrong word, one misunderstood gesture, and it could shatter the delicate balance they've been trying to maintain. You can almost see him calculating every step, wrestling with loyalty, love, and fear all at once. Then comes the cricket game. It's supposed to be a simple way to blow off steam, but things take a tense turn. Jenny lines up for a hit, trying to enjoy herself, and suddenly the ball smacks her right on the head. The gasp from everyone is immediate, but there's a fraction of a second where you wonder, was it an accident? Or was there a subtle, unspoken message behind it? Jenny laughs it off, but inside she's questioning intentions, reading the small signals that make life under this roof so exhausting. That tiny moment isn't just about cricket. It's a reflection of the subtle ways frustration and tension bubble up, even when people try to keep it light. After the outing, things get more serious. Sumit finally confronts his mom, addressing the constant rules and overbearing behavior that have been suffocating Jenny. His voice shakes at first, not from fear, but from the weight of carrying the emotions of years of suppressed frustration. He carefully lists the ways the rules are harming their marriage and draining Jenny's sense of independence. His mother deflects, insisting she's just keeping the household in order. But Sumit persists, reminding her that respect isn't just about tradition. It's about fairness and empathy, too. The room is thick with tension, and you can feel the emotional pressure rising like a storm about to break. Jenny starts to realize she can finally voice her expectations, to express the needs she's kept buried for months. It's a small but significant shift. When someone has been systematically denied autonomy, the first moment of speaking up feels revolutionary. Her face lights up slightly, a mixture of hope and caution, and you can almost sense the internal countdown, how long before the next confrontation explodes, and whether this newfound voice will make a difference. Living with overbearing parents is exhausting. Psychologists often say that constant control can erode confidence and strain relationships. When boundaries aren't respected, frustration grows in layers, feeding resentment and emotional fatigue. You see this clearly in Jenny and Sumit. The psychological weight of always negotiating, always predicting, always tiptoeing is real. It's no wonder the smallest incidents, like the cricket ball, trigger disproportionate reactions. The mind keeps a running tally, and each perceived slight adds to the pressure cooker. And just when you think Sumit has finally said enough, something unexpected happens. The moment everyone had been holding their breath for finally arrives. Sumit faces his mom, his voice steady but loaded with years of pent-up frustration. He doesn't raise it to yell, but every word cuts through the tension in the room like a knife. He starts listing the ways her constant rules and controlling behavior are suffocating not just Jenny, but their marriage and daily life. You can see the shift immediately. For once, he isn't tiptoeing around her authority. His mom's reaction is classic defensive mode. She insists she's only trying to keep the house in order, that her rules are traditions meant to maintain respect. Every objection she throws up is steeped in cultural reasoning. "You are Indian? Don't forget who you are," she says, a line she's used before to try and silence challenges. She's not wrong about traditions, but she's missing the bigger point. Respect doesn't mean crushing autonomy. Sumit explains that clearly, emphasizing that Jenny deserves space and that their marriage deserves peace. His words are firm, not aggressive, and that makes them sting even more. Jenny's reaction is cautious, but noticeable. She's been quiet through so many subtle attacks, so many small rules and insults, that finally seeing Sumit speak up is almost cathartic. Her eyes brighten slightly. Her posture relaxes. And you can see her quietly measuring whether this confrontation will change anything, or if it's just another battle she has to endure. She's hopeful but wary, knowing this could escalate. Other family members are watching closely. Sumit's brother and sister-in-law exchange glances. They've experienced this controlling behavior themselves, and you can see the old frustrations flicker in their expressions. It's as if years of quiet compliance are being challenged in real time, and they're both relieved and nervous to see someone finally speak up. Every subtle nod or raised eyebrow adds tension to the room, as if the entire household is holding its breath, waiting for the next move. Sumit's emotional boundary setting is clear. He isn't asking politely anymore. He's setting firm lines. He makes it clear that if this control continues, it won't just hurt Jenny, it will hurt the whole family, including her, him, and even the other relatives. The stakes feel enormous. It's a reminder that boundaries aren't just preferences, they're about survival, respect, and protecting the relationships that matter. Witty commentary can't help but creep in here. You have to admire Sumit's timing. He's calm but cutting, like someone carefully placing a mirror to reflect back every petty rule and expectation that has gone unchecked for years. Even in the tension, you can almost see the absurdity of it all. The household has been a minefield for years. And now, for the first time, someone is refusing to tiptoe. The atmosphere is thick. No one moves. But everyone knows this could escalate. You can feel it in the silence, in the slight pauses, in the wary glances. Every word hangs in the air, carrying the weight of unresolved conflict, old grievances, and unspoken fears. The room could erupt at any second. The tension in this house could explode at any moment. After the confrontation, the air in the house is heavy. Jenny sits quietly, a mix of relief and lingering tension washing over her. The moment has been coming for months. Yet seeing it actually happen is almost surreal. She realizes something she might have been avoiding before. Living under controlling parents doesn't just create daily annoyances, it slowly erodes the foundation of a marriage. Every rule ignored or enforced, every small demand, every expectation she had to tiptoe around has built up like a dam about to burst. And now she's seeing clearly how much pressure they've been under and how long it's been quietly eating away at her and Sumit's bond. Sumit's reflection is equally revealing. He's caught between two worlds, respecting the person who raised him and protecting the person he chose to spend his life with. It's a delicate balance, and for the first time, he's taking a stand that risks tension with his mom, but affirms his commitment to Jenny. He acknowledges how hard it is to challenge cultural norms, especially when they're deeply ingrained, yet he also knows that ignoring the problem will cost them more than arguments. It could cost them their marriage. His inner dialogue is tense, but it's also thoughtful. He's weighing love, respect, and boundaries in real time, and that struggle makes the audience relate to him instantly. Fans online are exploding with opinions, and it's easy to see why. Social media reactions are full of outrage, empathy, and moral questions. Would you tolerate this? One fan asks. I couldn't live like that, writes another. People relate because this isn't just reality TV drama. It mirrors real-life dynamics that many have quietly endured. Comments point out the subtle emotional manipulation, the struggle of balancing loyalty to parents with loyalty to a spouse, and the bravery it takes to finally speak up. The conversation stretches beyond the show, into every viewer's own family experiences, creating a sense of shared understanding and, for some, validation. Jenny is processing her own feelings as the family dynamics settle into an uneasy calm. She's thinking about her own boundaries, the limits she's willing to tolerate, and how to navigate the fine line between compromise and self-respect. For Sumit, the confrontation has been a test of courage and loyalty, a reminder that love sometimes demands difficult choices even when they risk conflict. Both of them are standing at a new crossroads, aware that the consequences of this confrontation could ripple through their family relationships for weeks or months to come. Even as the tension simmers down, the suspense lingers. Everyone in the house knows that the confrontation wasn't the end. It was a turning point, a moment that could either lead to real change or escalate into even deeper conflict. The viewers are left on edge, wondering what will happen next, how the family will adjust, and whether Jenny and Sumit's marriage can weather this storm without further damage. No one saw this coming, and it might change everything for their marriage. As the day winds down, the tension in the house hasn't disappeared. It's just simmering beneath the surface. Jenny and Sumit have finally spoken their truths, but the air is thick with unspoken questions. Can respect and love coexist when authority feels absolute? Will boundaries finally stick? Or will old patterns pull them back into the same cycle of frustration and resentment? Every small interaction now carries weight, and even a minor misstep could spark another confrontation. The stakes feel enormous, not just for Jenny and Sumit, but for the entire family. Every word, every glance, every decision matters more than ever. Jenny is quietly processing everything. She knows the fight isn't over, but for the first time, she feels a flicker of hope that her voice has been heard. Sumit, meanwhile, is reflecting on what it means to protect a marriage while honoring the past. The family watches, silently calculating their next moves, aware that nothing will be the same after today. Social media is buzzing, fans are debating, and everyone watching can't help but feel the tension stretching across screens and hearts alike. And while some moments ended in uneasy calm, the drama is far from over. Next time, the fight gets personal, and one move could shatter this family forever.